gentlemen, I'd like to take an opportunity to blow the whistle.
Bowl up with Pillsbury's best, cracking one cackleberry from old Mother Chicken's nest. Little clever girl powder will make the biscuits rise, then a scoop of larder.
Hey, you like some breakfast?
Breakfast? Sit down, I'll make you some biscuits and gravy.
Well, man, say this farm ain't but 2-3 miles from that lady over there giving biscuits and gravy. She said if he bring his friend, she feed them too.
Don't even think about it.
What you say about biscuits and gravy sound good to me.
Brought you kolaches.
It's breakfast.
How about some breakfast? It's the most important meal of the day.
Live from the Pushlight Studios. Push. Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
So the show's basically written with the Sharon Moore stuff that we're going to get into. Got a few other things I'd like to talk about, college football related, YouTube TV, sports package. Apparently Oreos come out with 0 sugar cookies. But is there anything more Southern, more American than biscuits and gravy? I guess my only regret this morning is that I'm not there with you at Daylight Donuts in Harrison, Tommy.
Well, I wish you were here because, first of all, happy birthday. The big 3-1 today.
Happy birthday, Ty.
For Ty Richardson. We could put a candle in a donut or something for you here today.
There you go.
Well, I tell you what we can do.
I tell you what we can do.
We can just have you pick out something and I'll eat it. How about that?
Well, get biscuits and gravy. Make sure they drown it in it. Don't leave any biscuit particle showing. I've always been the guy that covers it, get some cracked pepper, and it's good to go. Even maybe hot sauce, depending on what kind of hot sauce is on the table. But hopefully you do it right. Hopefully you eat enough. This is a big birthday month for ESPN Arkansas. You're turning 50.
Wow.
I've surpassed the 30 mark, which I did, I guess, last year.
You did that last year.
But it's 30. Like birthdays are not significant as men. Now it's like every decade. 40, I guess, will be a decent one. 50 for you. I feel like men, they space out as you get older.
The fives and the tens, I think, and I don't think you hit the fives that become important, but 30's a big one. 40's notable, but I'm like you. 33, don't remember it, don't care. 37, don't remember it, don't care. 40 was important. 43, don't know, care, didn't really. I mean, 49, you knew what you're getting close to. But 50, yeah, it's kind of a big one. I think when you get plus 50, then 55, 60, 65, I think every 5 years it becomes because you're running out of them. and that's the reality that sets in. But I don't know. I'll exit my 40s later this month. But welcome to your 30s, Ty, or welcome well inside your 30s, I guess we should say.
I have a friend, and you let me know about this, and I would love listeners' feedback on our Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. From a physical standpoint, I feel like I peaked at 23 years old. That was the best shape I was in my entire life. It's since gone downhill ever since. But I wonder, because we have a vast array of listeners of all different ages, and on the male side, females, if you want to jot in and share in what you think your peak age is, you're more than welcome. But this is more, being that I am a male and I have a you-know-what, I'd like this perspective. What is the peak age for a male? What is it? Because one of my friends thinks it's.
We're talking physically. We talking emotionally.
Physically,
I don't know that we ever
mentally,
emotionally peak.
Yeah,
we're men. We don't emotionally ever peak.
We're like 8 years behind all females in that. But physically,
we're
mentally,
immature.
Spiritually, whatever. Like the culmination of it all. My friend is of the belief it's 38 because that's what Brad Pitt's age was when he was in Troy. And that's like the most jacked a man has ever been is that. That's why he believes that. What do you think the male peak age is?
45.
Okay. We got a text out of the 479 says it's 35. Colton, what do you think it is?
The peak age of this, does this include physicality
all
or
of
is
it.
this all of it? I don't know. I sure haven't hit any of it, so I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I would say late 20s. Feel like you've got a few years under your belt.
I'm waiting.
No, I can tell you that's not it.
That's not it?
That's not it.
Okay.
I'm hoping that my mid-30s will probably be the time in which I feel.
And I'm probably waiting, and we are live, by the way, at Daylight Donuts here in Harrison. Big intersection. Come by and see us. ESPN Arkansas 1043 vehicle out front. Let's have a donut together. Come by and see us this morning. I'm probably not waiting the physical part of it as much as you guys, because you get to a point where your life's established in your 40s. Your kids, in a lot of cases, are grown and you're about to become an empty nester. You're in your 40s. You're making the most money you've ever made in your life. You're established. Your mortgage, you can maybe see the end of the tunnel on it, perhaps. Just your life's a little more in order than it is in your late 20s. So that's why I would say it's somewhere in your 40s.
Cameron,
and then everything physically yet has not completely went off the cliff and downhill at 45.
Cameron in Paragould, 38 was his peak. Gavin in Fayetteville cites that athletically it was from 18 to 25. Financially, it was in that ballpark you were referencing, 45 to 50. Yeah. Wes in Springdale, he's 36 and he's still not there. A guy in Fort Smith says early 50s was his peak. He was in the Army for 40 years.
My athletic peak happened way after I had a need to have an athletic peak. I had to all of a sudden get a little bit taller, a little bit thicker, and better at everything I wanted to be good at in high school. So hopefully the mental, everything else comes with that better than I thought.
You'll get older and realize the athletic part and all that really doesn't matter. Doesn't matter nearly as much as we think it did in our 20s. And I figured that out when I was doing some training and working out really hard in my 30s, and I was doing box jumps. And I scraped my shin trying to jump on a 42-inch box. I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? And that was the last day I did it. What am I doing? I'm not going to the Olympics. I'm not trying out for a ball club. And you realize at some point this athletic stuff, it doesn't. It's getting your mind right, getting your career right, getting your finances right. All those things are what sets you up for the best years of your life.
That kind of goes right off the birthday card you got me, which says, celebrate life, do your own thing, enjoy the fun good times can bring, call a friend, have a chat, talk a little bit of this and that. Keep it simple, make it great, it's your day, celebrate. Now that is a birthday
100%
card right there. That's a birthday
100%.
card.
So, all right, Morning Rush Live on the Golden Boys' birthday here. We are at Daylight Donuts in Harrison. Thanks to Explore Harrison and Daylight Donuts. We'll be here till 11. We've already had a kolache. Our good friend Jamie has already had a donut this morning.
Bang,
I
bang.
got to figure out the next sweet treat. I've not had a sweet treat yet, so we got to figure that out. But come by and say hello this morning. We're brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group, 479-587-3300. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas from APAC and Standard Materials Group. They're the company that can get you top-quality aggregates brought to your job site, ready-mix concrete, asphalt, sand, gravel, all of those things, plus their complete construction consultant services will help you plan every aspect of the job as well. 479-587-3300, 587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group.
All right, before we talk about Sharon Moore, Rick in Fayetteville has phoned in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Rick, good morning. Rick?
Hello, Rick.
All right.
Hello?
Rick, you there?
Is that me? Am I Rick?
Yes, you're Rick.
You don't sound like Rick.
Happy birthday, Ty!
Happy birthday, Claire Bear.
Just here to embarrass you on behalf of the entire Bradley bunch. But we love you, and Rick also wants to wish you a happy birthday, too.
Okay. Thanks, Claire.
Claire, he doesn't need help embarrassing himself.
Yeah, I do that on a daily basis.
I mean, I appreciate your effort.
I
appreciate your effort as a sister, but he doesn't need help. So.
Okay, good. So I've heard on the show. Well, I'll say.
So you're a regular listener. All right, good.
Obviously. Well, I'll let him tell all the embarrassing stories and let y'all get back to it. But happy birthday, Ty. The Bradley Bunch loves you.
Thanks, Claire. Love you too.
See, as you get older, those are the things you cherish and that you value more. And at 31, that's pretty cool right there to have your sister call. But it's even you'll get to a point someday, Ty, where the best thing about your birthday is your kids call you. and your grandkids call you. I don't have any grandkids yet, but that's the best part as you get older.
Well, let me share and says some as I have grown older with age. Real quick, so Claire's got my middle bonus sister has 2 daughters, Daphne and Eloise, and I had a chance. They came down for Thanksgiving in Little Rock, and I think one of my favorite memories was literally just sitting next to Daphne and Eloise down there for a day or so, just hanging out with my nieces, and I'll get to see them and my other niece and nephews this next weekend, so I'm excited about that.
And they're old enough to deserve Christmas presents, right?
Yes,
okay,
that is on the
good
list.
Deal.
All right, enough sentimental crap. Let's get into some football stuff.
Michigan has fired head coach Sharon Moore after a university investigation discovered an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Moore was in his 2nd season as the head coach at Michigan, but he was no stranger to controversy.
Sharon Moore says we didn't cheat this time.
What are you going to do tonight to celebrate?
I'm going to eat some Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream with my wife and smoke a Cuban cigar and then probably go to the hospital.
Michigan is one of the best jobs in the country. They won the national championship a couple of years ago. They will have interested candidates.
This is the opening drive.
Tell you what, we have not been short on college football storylines in season and off season. A bunch of coaches fired in the SEC, changing of the guards in certain places. Of course, here in Fayetteville, you had the lane cure from Oxford, the Notre Dame left out of the playoff. And now this, Tommy, where, if you haven't heard, Michigan Athletics Director Ward Manuel has fired Michigan head coach Sharon Moore, who reportedly or allegedly engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, which violates the university policy. And University of Michigan maintains a zero tolerance for such behavior. Hasn't been a great last couple years for the Michigan man. Harbaugh, Connor Stallions. The Michigan man has been stained, I would say, a little bit, based on some of these different things that have occurred the last few years.
Well, couple thoughts on this. If the pictures circulating on Facebook are authentic and true, I can see how he fell into temptation, number one. Number two, this is terrible timing, really, for Michigan and for Sharon Moore, because he is fired with cause, will not get a buyout, not going to probably be able to enter any kind of hiring cycle immediately. And for Michigan, Jimmy Sexton's already had his first big round here. Does this spark off another domino effect? How many coaches that took jobs last week are, wish this had happened before, because I think the dynamics of where we're at would be much different. And I find it really interesting just listening to the pundits and listening to the national guys talk and those that are close to it. It sounds like Kalen DeBoer will be their number one target, and I think that's very interesting as well.
Kalen DeBoer on there, Jesse Minner, who's the defensive coordinator for Harbaugh out in Los Angeles, Joe Brady, who's the passing game coordinator at LSU, who's now the OC in Buffalo. You mentioned DeBoer. I would guess, I don't know if Brian Kelly's necessarily been linked, but I think that is a possibility. I think I heard
someone on with I was listening to Paul Feinbaum's show last night, and here on ESPN Arkansas on our late night repeat of that, and he had, I forget which of the national pundits he had on, but he felt like Brian Kelly wasn't even on the list.
Okay.
Which I thought was interesting.
Here's what struck me, and I think this was from Josh Pate last night. Apparently, agents have known about this for weeks.
Well, they've been doing an investigation since like September.
Yeah.
They closed it thinking nothing was there, and apparently in the last 24, 48 hours, something came to light, or someone changed their story, or someone got jilted, or something happened, and turned the whole investigation back open, and we got the result yesterday.
There were reports of Moore's infidelity all the way back in the summer.
Yeah.
Right.
And
there was an investigation at the beginning of the season, and then it was closed or went away, or they couldn't corroborate it. So they had no justifiable cause to fire him at that point, but something changed.
And he was detained by the Saline, Michigan police. He's being investigated on an assault charge by the Pittsfield Police Department. A suspect.
And then again, you may have all the evidence you need in a matter of months that this happened, if you know what I mean. You may have evidence in about 8 or 9 months that it did occur. So.
I mean, as soon as I saw this headline, my mind immediately went to April 1st, 2012. Isn't that where everyone else's went?
Well,
I've already seen the pictures of Sharon Moore in a neck brace.
Yeah,
so,
and the memes, like, we didn't, X or Twitter wasn't, I don't know if it wasn't around or definitely is it at its zenith then as it is now. It wasn't at the top. I mean, the stuff it's so hard now, like, I have to always look at things and be like, okay, is this real or fake, And then I look, okay, this is a credible college football reporter that's putting out. Okay, this is this person that's putting it out. But, yeah, just for Michigan, like the timeline, it's December 11th. You've got coaches in the college football playoff like Kalen DeBoer, who at least they're interested in. Don't know if the interest is mutual. There's so much. Do you interim it for a year and then find a real coach after heading into a cycle that's probably not going to be as numerous? I mean, there's a lot of things that Ward Manuel, their AD, has to figure out. And, I mean, that's still a great job. We know it is. It's a top 10 college football job. But it's still not Ohio State. I don't even know. Like, I think there's a debate. It's maybe not even Oregon as long as Phil Knight's around.
The one edge that Ward Manuel has at this point, if there is a silver lining in this, he has no buyout to pay.
Yeah.
So from a budget standpoint, you didn't fire a coach. You don't owe anybody $1 million or more. But you got to get on this because the portal's coming. And you got to figure out who your staff. So I don't know enough about internally who they could elevate, but we have seen that recently not pan out very well, at least in the SEC. And I think about the situation at Mississippi State and Mike Leach's untimely death and the elevation of Zach Arnett. That didn't work out. I don't know if those are necessarily great parallels. There's been a couple other instances around the sport, and we're going to see how that also works out here at Ole Miss with Pete Golding moving up. But that generally hasn't worked out to 4 or 5 years of great results. Michigan had a chance for it. I know they went 9-3 this year, but here at the end, it doesn't work out for Michigan either when they elevate Moore following Harbaugh's exit to the NFL.
And maybe it's, as I've aged one more year, this is the cynical side of me coming out. But I was at the game 2 weeks ago when they lost to Ohio State. I can't help but think if they had beaten the Buckeyes that day,
it'd be hush-hush.
That this would not be out.
Yeah.
We would not be talking about this. And remember, they went to Columbus.
1,000% agree with you.
Do you? Because they went to Columbus last year and won that game. He's 1-1 against Ohio State, the only meaningful game, according to Michigan fans, on their schedule, and vice versa in Columbus. But that is just where my mind is with this. It's not. They went 9-3, 8-5 in his first year, 9-3. So they were at least getting better. I know Underwood didn't have a great season as a true freshman, but he's a kid that has a very high ceiling as the former number one quarterback in the country. There's just a lot to shake out with this.
It's still Michigan. So at the end of it all, Michigan in the top job in the country, but you're not going to get past 3 or 4 or 5 other names before you get to Michigan. So there will be desire, and I promise you there is some regret today with coaches that have taken jobs elsewhere. And it will be interesting to see if Kalen DeBoer is indeed a target and they can pull it off. Is Lane Kiffin trying to figure out how he can wiggle out without penalty out of his LSU contract?
Here's the thing, Tommy. We know his buyout if he gets fired. I mean, remember Jimbo's? Jimbo's did not have – Jimbo had like a $75 million buyout if he got fired, whatever the contract was, full, whatever it was. But he had no buyout if he left. So I don't know if Lane Kiffin – when Jimmy Sexton orchestrated that deal, if he put it where if I leave, there's no penalty to the impending school that hires me, which would be Tuscaloosa. Imagine the uproar. Ole Miss fans would be laughing. Imagine the uproar in Baton Rouge. If DeBoer goes after next Friday, they lose to Oklahoma, he says, I'm out, I'm going to Ann Arbor, leaves Tuscaloosa. A day or two later, Lane Kiffin leaves Baton Rouge, takes that flight, and goes to Tuscaloosa.
Sink 3 programs in one fall.
Means
yes.
more.
He can't do that.
In the
surely
Southeastern.
He won't do that.
Sink 3 programs in one fall. Love it.
All right, more to come on this. We'll get to our hog update and all that coming up. We're live this morning at Daylight Donuts on Ty's birthday. We're celebrating without Ty here. We got donuts. We got apple fritters. We got cinnamon rolls. We got Long Johns that they can fill with all sorts of delicious fillings. And we're going to tell you more coming up here from Daylight Donuts in Harrison. It's at the big intersection where Highway 62, 65, the bypass, and Main Street all come together. You know exactly where I'm talking about. In fact, across the street is a Taco Bell, who sponsors our Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell. So if you're later today craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, you can get by Taco Bell. But get by here and see us this morning, and you better hurry because the case is starting to empty out, Ty. There have been a steady stream of traffic since we arrived this morning. So come by and say hello this morning here with the Morning Rush till 11 at Daylight Donuts.
Holden, is TJ Metcalf still any eligibility?
I believe both Metcalf brothers are eligible.
Maybe because if you remember, TJ, who's one of the better players on the team.
Don't quote me. I'm going to be sure.
Last year, departs to go to Ann Arbor. Maybe you can get him back to come to Fayetteville. That's just kind of the Arkansas connection that I was thinking about when it comes to this whole Michigan mess. But there's been plenty of storylines in the offseason, college football. Really. Tom, is this the biggest one? Does this supersede Lane Kiffin going to LSU? Notre Dame, that's a big story, but is this a bigger deal nationally than Lane Kiffin?
Well, it will become that because when an affair is involved and there's a sexual nature to the story, it's always going to become a bigger clickbait situation. So it will get more attention because of that.
Man, I'm disappointed in you. You haven't said your signature phrase in the first 20 minutes of the show. I've been waiting on it.
Which is?
Undefeated.
It is. You're right. It is undefeated and untied. So, yeah, it wins again. So once again. So, all right, more to get to. If you're looking for a place to stay in Northwest Arkansas, the Inn at the Mill is the spot. Ty and I always bed down when we need a room in Northwest Arkansas. The Inn at the Mill is conveniently located off I-49 at the Johnson exit. It's comfortable beds, great breakfast to start the day, and conveniently located next to everything in Northwest Arkansas. 479-443-1800. Call and talk to a real human being. Make your reservations at the Inn at the Mill. 443-1800, or Ty, they're online at inatthemill.com.
Hog Update coming up, big one this weekend in Dallas, Texas. We'll get to that and more. Stay with us. It is a Think Tank Thursday on the Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
One man said it's farming, but 2-3 miles from it, that lady over there giving biscuits and gravy. She said if he bring his friend, she feed them too.
Don't even think about it.
What you say, but biscuits and gravy sound good to me.
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Will be gravy.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Robert, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
I should say it?
Say what?
Mom, I think he wants to say that it's Christmas time.
Okay, you can say it.
It's Christmas, everyone, and guess what, guys?
What?
Santa shop's here at the Stadium Shop.
Oh, Lord, Mom, here comes that dad side.
Nope, I saw him. Matt, you still do believe in Santa, right?
Sure. Believers do get more presents.
What did he get?
Let me guess, a couch for the elves, collars for the reindeer, maybe even a hoodie for Frosty. You know how cold he gets being made of snow and all.
And let me guess, some Razorback jewelry for Mrs. Claus?
Well, yeah, Matt, you better get that Google machine all warmed up. He said he was going to be ordering some more stuff.
Google machine?
Yeah, you know, the Interfacegram WW.
I think he's talking about our website, which you should know by now, Dad. It's shoponrazorback.com.
Or have Santa give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
So come by 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville, and you just might catch Santa Hog.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Ho, ho, ho.
Donut.
This is the Morning Rush.
We're having a good old-fashioned family Christmas at Rath Auto Research. To $6,400 off retail value on your next road-ready certified pre-owned sleigh. Inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. Really nice. Save up to $6,400 off your next family truckster, and we'll all have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny Kaye. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. Hallelujah. Where's the Tylenol?
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe
True to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Powerball jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
I would buy a mansion, buy my dream car.
I've always wanted to go to Dublin, sit in a pub, and just kind of see what life's like.
I'm probably going to pass out.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
It's always good to be home for the holidays. So if you are currently looking for a different rental, or you're new to the area and looking for your first rental in the River Valley, Marshall's Management has you covered. Apartments, duplexes, and single-family homes are all part of Marshall's rental inventory. And currently, Marshall's is holiday specials with big discounts on first month's rent and signing gifts to help you enjoy the holidays in your new home. Check out availability at marshallsrentals.com and get your unit picked out before they're all gone.
Champion Cycling wants to help you find the joy in cycling that's been a part of their family for many years. Register today through December 21st at hitthatline.com for your chance to win a specialized road bike just in time for Christmas. Whether you're a child getting your first bike, an adult who hasn't been on a bike in years, or someone who's looking to podium at their next race, Champion Cycling wants to help you find the right bike. A great selection of bikes, cycling apparel, and accessories, and great service. 5500 Mazard Road in Fort Smith. Find your next ride with Champion Cycling.
Hi, this is Mitchell. Before I was spending too long in the kitchen cooking. Now I'm married, have a young daughter. I just don't have time anymore. Thanks to DK Fit Meals, I just heat it up and boom! I've got a chef-crafted meal that fits my goals. High protein, perfectly portioned. I know I'm getting clean, fresh food that always tastes amazing. Stop prepping, start achieving. Find your flavor at dkfitmeals.com. That's dkfitmeals.com. So easy, even Ty can do it. Fuel your life with DK Fit Meals.
COP CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those. This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Williams to tie at 3.
Oh man,
Sorry.
That was heartbreaking last year. I saw you put that on our B bar. No, you needed to. I hope the teams watch that several times this week. It sounds like Carter still has revenge on his mind based on what he said after the game.
Yeah, I'm ready for them. I'm ready for the get back.
I was the game tying 3 for Texas Tech. Darian Williams, who's now part of the NC State Wolfpack with Will Wade, no longer on
Amir Khan,
Texas
too.
Tech. Yeah. You don't have to deal with him. You still got to deal with Christian Anderson, and it's going to be a heck of a game Friday. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I've been looking forward to this one for a long time because of the rematch aspect. I think, we heard Carter Knox talk about it. They think if they could have won this game last year, there was a much clearer path to the national championship, which, you got to talk yourself up a little bit. They were going to get walked by Florida again if they got to that point. But you do wish that you could have held on to this one last year. So there's a little bit of get back they got to get to, and should be a fun one to watch. 11 a.m., though, I don't know. I'm not ready for this early morning college basketball quite yet. I haven't really worked into that mood yet. So maybe this will get me going.
Hopefully it's one of the better non-conference games and wins that Arkansas can put
16
on.
versus 17, right?
Yeah, it's top 20, so you got to love that. More coaching hire news for Ryan Silverfield. According to Matt Zenit, CBS Sports, Darren Wilson has been added to the staff. You're like, Tyler, that sounds familiar. Well, because Coach Wilson was here in both 23 and 24 working under Sam Pittman. So that's something. He was at Florida this past season, is now back in Fayetteville. And then as far as departures go, Eric Mateos has found a job reportedly in Wisconsin with the Badgers. So you got one coming back, I should say, and then one exiting Wisconsin, which we knew about, just didn't know where he was going to land. All right, that is your Hog Update this morning. It's brought to you by our friends, as always, at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, we've yet to talk about Phillip Rivers yet and returning to Indianapolis. For those that don't know, 44-year-old quarterback Phillip Rivers is going on his second stint with the Indianapolis. I don't think it's third. I think it's his second stint with the Indianapolis Colts. And it's quite something.
Ye of little faith. I could quote scripture right now if I need to.
And so that was with him on the radio. How's he feel about his body overall?
The only way to find out can you still do it is to go try. And I really try to keep it that simple. And so I don't have any concern from the neck up. And I don't have any concern of, making a throw. But again, the game's not routes on air.
Not routes on air, Colton. So we'll see. We'll see how this works out. Riley Leonard still there. Richardson still injured. Daniel Jones out for the season with the Achilles. I don't necessarily closely monitor the Indianapolis Colts football team, but they've had a lot of success this season. Only they see their starting quarterback out for the year and their backup out. Leonard's a rookie, so there's a lot of things that Colts like about their team. That position, though, is not know that you're just basically attaching a Band-Aid for a year. He's on the practice squad, but it sounds like he's going to play. And
he's going to play.
Yeah.
And they sheepishly said, we'll just stick to running the football because they have great running backs. If he's in the game, Ty, they're throwing 40 times. It's Phillip Rivers. He's a gunslinger, man.
Yeah, he loves to throw the football. We'll get some more thoughts on that coming up in just a bit. We were talking about the Michigan stuff earlier, and I know Cement Head, our buddy, him and Jackie over at Mock Legal Solutions, big Michigan fan. I know he was probably disappointed to see the news, but not disappointed when it comes to helping you. Mock Legal Solutions, both in license in Arkansas and Oklahoma. They're helping better serve Sequoia and LaFleur County, dog bite cases, slip and falls, car wrecks. Jackie and her team can help you. Plus, you don't have to put down $5,000. Not everyone has that. They offer flat fees and payment plans as well. So if you're in an issue, divorce, whatever the case may be, they can help you out at Mock Legal Solutions. Go to mocklegalsolutions.com. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price. So we got our Christmas party tomorrow. I know I'm really excited about that. Colton is as well.
Always.
Tommy is. He's going to be back with us in just a second. So I'm not going to be here tomorrow, so I want to make sure we get a chance to talk to our buddy Larry Rath of Rath Auto Resources. And Larry, it's almost Christmas time, man. I was talking to David about it earlier this week. You think about Christmas presents. There's no better Christmas present than a vehicle pre-owned or new from Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi.
That's true, absolutely, Ty. I mean, what a great time of year to save as well. Big clearance sale going on our road-ready certified used cars. And, we've just voted the best used car in the River Valley, second year in a row. And we believe that's true. I mean, we get these cars reconditioned in our Meineke Car Care Center. We cover them with a comprehensive warranty. I don't believe you can buy a better used car. And we've got a great selection of them right now, and this is clearance time. So it's a great time to come in and save. Look for some of those was and is stickers. You'll see savings up to $6,700. I mean, that's legit. Save a bunch of money right now and get a terrific card. You know, when you're buying a used car, you need to buy it to somebody that you know and trust, and that's what we've been for the last 32 years here in the River Valley and up there in Springdale for a long time as well, selling these terrific used cars and then taking care of our customers in the Meineke Car Care Centers. They've got some big specials going on back there as well on tires, brakes, batteries, you know, whatever you've got going on, even if it's a major repair, we can handle it in the Meineke Car Care Center at either location. New Mitsubishis, really excited about 0% for 72 months on the plug-in electric hybrid, the PHEV Outlander. Just a terrific vehicle. It's got the convenience of electric and gas. You're never going to run out. You always get home. Plus, very bright performance. It's really the smart vehicle. We've got a good selection of those. 0% for 72 months. Save you a lot of money. 0 for 60 on all the rest of the Mitsubishi lineup. So terrific things going on. It's going to be a big old weekend at Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Check us out online, rathauto.com.
You're always going to find what you're looking for, and don't forget about those Meineke Car Care Centers to help you through as it gets colder here in the natural state. Larry, have a great rest of your weekend, man. We appreciate you jumping on with us.
Oh, it was a lot of fun, Ty. Y'all have a good one, and folks, come and see us.
All right, when we come back on the Morning Rush, Tommy will be back rejoining us. He's got a Morning Rush Daily question lined up, plus a certain restaurant has stopped using 67.
Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Robert, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. I should say it?
Say what?
Mom, I think he wants to say that it's Christmas time.
Okay, you can say it.
It's Christmas what, guys?
What?
Santa shop's here at the Stadium Shop. Oh, Lord, Mom, here comes that dad side. Nope, I saw him, Matt. You still do believe in Santa, right? Sure. Believers do get more presents.
Okay, so what did he get?
Let me guess. A couch for the elves, collars for the reindeer, maybe even a hoodie for Frosty. You know how cold he gets being made of snow and all.
And let me guess, some Razorback jewelry for Mrs. Fogg?
Well, yeah, Matt, you better get that Google machine all warmed up. He said he was going to be ordering some more stuff.
Google machine?
Yeah, you know, the Interfacegram WW.
I think he's talking about our website, which you should know by now, Dad. It's shoponrazorback.com.
Or have Santa give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
So come by 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville, and you just might catch Santa Hog.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Ho, ho, ho.
People might get offended by this, but I don't really care. I think gift giving for kids under 2 years old is dumb.
This is the Morning Rush.
At Hardee's, every Tuesday is now Tender Bender Tuesday. Right now, download the Hardee's app and join My Rewards. Buy 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders, get 3 free. It's Tender Bender BOGO. Every Tuesday now through June 2026. This Tuesday, get 3 tenders, free. Next Tuesday, get them free. The Tuesday after that, you guessed it, free. Buy 3 tenders, get 3 free. Another great benefit for My Rewards members. Only at Hardee's. Registration and app required. Available for limited time at participating restaurants. See app for terms.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
I want to ride my bicycle.
Looking for a new ride or need a tune-up? Champion Cycling in Fort Smith has you covered. From top-of-the-line bikes like Specialized and Surly to expert repairs, apparel, and accessories, we've got everything you need to hit the trails. Stop by 5500 Mazard Road during business hours or shop anytime online at championcycling.com. Champion Cycling, helping you share in the joy of cycling.
Valley Family Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A, at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment, or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
When a business has been around more than 65 years, you know they're doing something right. Hey, Ty Richardson for Johnny's Transmission. They've been trusted in Fort Smith and the River Valley since 1959. Located at 1212 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith, they strive to make every customer's experience outstanding and want your vehicle to be in the best condition for the road ahead. Check out their website, johnnystransmissionfs.com, and find them on Facebook. Johnny's Transmission, family owned and operated since 1959.
Contractors, you've got jobs to win and customers to impress. That's why you choose Luxair HVAC systems, built for performance, efficiency, and reliability. And at J&B Supply, we've had your back since 1968. We're a local family-owned distributor that treats our customers like family too, with the products, expertise, and service you need to get the job done right. For over 50 years, HVAC and plumbing pros have trusted J&B Supply in Fort Smith, Springdale, and Bentonville. J&B Supply, where the professionals go.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Carpat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
So let's come back to the Michigan football situation and that conversation this morning. Where does Michigan go? Who will be their next head coach? And I know it's a guess at this point, and there's a lot of names kind of being floated around, but the one that seems to be floated by everyone right now is Kalen DeBoer. I think this sets all reaction, another small string of dominoes here that will, cause some ripples around college football. I don't know that DeBoer's ultimately their man because of the playoff situation, unless Alabama gets beat in their first game by Oklahoma. I don't know if Michigan can wait that long, but let's boil it down here. Who is Michigan's next head coach? What's your best guess at this point?
Go with the interim.
What are you going to do tonight to celebrate?
I'm going to eat some Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream with my wife and smoke a Cuban cigar, and then probably go to the hospital.
Bill Poggi, who was under Harbaugh, now he's back. I would love, from a content standpoint, if DeBoer took that job, Tommy, kind of like what you were insinuating, because it would just be incredible to watch Alabama fans melt down that their coach left for Michigan. And then I do believe Kiffin would leave Baton Rouge and be there for 2 weeks. What's the timeline on that? And then, like you said, then the domino would be who would LSU hire, then another one. I think that would be more entertaining for college football fans, all while in the midst of this college football playoff that's not going to conclude until, mid-January? I'm rooting for DeBoer to Ann Arbor.
I don't know that this is just a name I'm throwing out there because he's got some Big Ten ties now, obviously, but this would, to me, in my opinion, even though he's at a great program, would be a step up. Would Lincoln Riley turn his back on USC and go to Michigan? USC finished with the same conference record. Both programs were 9-3 this year. Lincoln Riley's got some splash to his name. Would Lincoln Riley be a name that Michigan should be looking at? that seem like a fit to you?
That would be fun to watch him and Day go at it year after year. I almost feel like Michigan thinks Lincoln Riley's beneath him, even though he's a really good college football coach. That'd be a splash. I mean, they just brought in the number 1 recruiting class in college football in high school. So if I'm Lincoln Riley, I don't know why I'd leave. Travels. I
mean, I just look around their league. If they try to poach someone from another Big Ten school, which I don't think they will. Signetic's not coming. Day's obviously not coming. I just looked through the list, and I don't think you're going to get any further than that. Lanning's not leaving Oregon, so So then do you turn to the NFL? Another name that's been floated, Mike Tomlin. Has he run his course with the Steelers, and would Mike Tomlin be interested in a job like Michigan football?
I would go get if I was going to go to the National Football League, I could go get Joe Brady. He's young, he's energetic. He helped engineer a national championship for Joe Burrow at LSU. Knows the quarterback position. Coaches Josh Allen. You want to keep Bryce Underwood there if you're Michigan. If I'm going to go to the National Football League, that's the route I could go because he's also an alum. I'm 99% sure. Cement Head texting in saying Dave Portnoy is lobbying for John Gruden. I don't think John Gruden ends up in Ann Arbor. But listen, it's a top 10 job, and it'll be something that's definitely coveted. Like you said, there are some coaches probably that have taken jobs already like, man, I wish this job came open 2 weeks ago. I would have gone there instead of where I'm at now.
And I don't know what the situation is with Kalen DeBoer and what it would cost him to get out of the situation at Alabama. But one thing to keep in mind, Michigan probably wasn't – maybe they had a small plan knowing this investigation had been had. They hadn't fired him. Now they have. Maybe they do have a war chest to go buy someone's contract out. Maybe Colton, we can look that up. I don't know what it would cost Kalen DeBoer to get out of his contract at Alabama. But they're not having to pay a buyout for more, so they do have, those available funds, if you will. If there are such a thing as available funds for a buyout, they would be able to not have to double dip on what they've got to spend.
All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Number 1 place for indoor golf in all of Arkansas. Christian Olson, Nate Garhan, 2 buddies of mine. Christian actually texted me a little bit earlier, happy birthday, just because he's a good dude, good human being. These are 2 guys that love the Razorbacks and love playing golf. And it's cold in Northwest Arkansas right now. You still want to play. Well, you can do that whether you're an avid golfer or you're just like somewhere to hang out. Cart Pass Social is the place. Go to cartpasssocial.com. Follow them on social media. Gift cards, perfect stocking stuffer. If you haven't figured out your Christmas party location, you can do it at Cart Pass Social or parties in the near future. CartPassSocial.com, 122 Grant Place in Lowell at Cart Pass Social.
Man, the weather for the next 10 or so days. Fayetteville, it's in the 40s now. We're going to get up to nearly 60 today, and I'm just looking other than Sunday this week where the high is going to be 34 in Northwest Arkansas. We're going to peak back out in the upper 50s near 60 and 65. And then I've seen a long-range forecast, guys, where Christmas Eve, Christmas Day is going to be like Arctic blast coming, single-digit temperatures. So hopefully that model that's out there doesn't hold up. But enjoy the weather the next 10 days or so because with the exception of this Sunday, it's looking like it's going to be a nice 10 days or so.
You see the weather sometimes, and you're like, okay, that's not bad. But I also have to look at the wind chill. Like the wind chill sometimes when it's 20, 25 miles an hour, even though it'll be high 50s or 60s.
The wind was blowing yesterday. Goodness gracious.
It was. That's where I was.
I was doing a lot of driving and like leaves. I mean, man, I feel bad for the guy that spent all of his weekend getting the leaves cleaned up out of his yard, piled up, hadn't bagged them up. Man, now all your neighbors' leaves are in your yard. I mean, it's just all your work's for naught now.
Let's talk to Kevin, who's in Rogers here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Kevin, good morning.
Hey, Tommy. What's going on, Ty? Colton, what's going on, guys?
Morning.
How's everybody doing?
Morning.
Hey, Tommy, I wanted to tell you, great job on the 7A game the other night.
Thank you.
We
Thank
watched
you.
it. Yeah. I was going to make a comment. Shiloh's jumping up. It may be the last state title they're a part of, wouldn't you think? Coming up to 7A is going to be a little bit more difficult.
Their numbers aren't as their roster numbers, school numbers obviously aren't as robust as the other schools, but they've proven at every level they've been in they can compete. So I'd be surprised if they don't compete.
Hey, Ty, regarding your question, don't be surprised with Michigan. I agree with you all on the Kalen DeBoer thing, but there's there's a really good coach that's coached on some pretty good teams that is from the North. Don't be surprised if Michigan doesn't get, if they might dip into Dan Mullen. He knows he can get players at a pretty good job like he did at Florida. And he was under Urban Meyer for so long. That might be something they look at possibly. I mean, I don't think
they'd have to settle for him. Yeah, he'd be way down. I think he would be down the list if he's even on the list, but he's just been away from it so long. I think Brian Kelly would get it before him, and I think he's cooled off. I don't think his cachet is what it was a few years ago.
Regarding the basketball game on Saturday, the guys are coming along. We're looking pretty good. I mean, if you've watched Texas Tech at all this year, some of your guys on the later program say it's all J.D. Toppin. They haven't watched Texas Tech. Texas Tech's going to be a lot like Louisville. They're going to shoot 20 to 25 threes, and J.D. Toppin does all the other stuff. That's just how he plays. It's going to be like Louisville. The reason we should have beat them last year was our three-point defense. They didn't shoot the three well last year. And Toppin's going to be a problem, obviously, for us, but they were 13 of 27 against LSU, and LSU was supposed to be, I don't know, I think they're a little bit overrated, but in the net, they were in the top 15 for a bit there. So,
I'm interested, Kevin, I want to see, can this Razorback team go win a game of this nature away from home? They obviously beat Louisville, but they didn't beat Michigan State on their floor. That's forgivable. Competed with Duke on a neutral site, didn't win. Can they go, get this game on a neutral floor? That's the interesting thing here. So,
well, we're going to have to do that. I mean, you're going to need that because that's what you're going to play in the NCAA tournament. Those are 100%. Neutral games. I mean, and these games are kind of shiny for our Hog fans. I mean, we all know what type of crowd we're going to have there. It'll be 50-50. The Razorback fans turn out in Dallas. They always have. They always will. I mean, especially when we're good. I mean, I agree. They've got to, last year they got a good non-conference neutral with the win over Michigan. And, but yeah, I agree. It'll be a tough game. I expect us to win though, and I think it'll be close. I mean, I think that revenge is a little bit, we've heard some players need to be careful about what they're saying because you don't want teams using that too much.
But Kevin, don't we like criticize players for giving us coach speak and coaches the same thing, but when a kid actually says what he's thinking, like I love that Carter Knox said that last week. Love it. I love that Cal said on his radio show, hell yeah, I want to beat these guys. They sent us home last year. I'm glad Carter Knox said that.
Well, no, the guys that played, it's sometimes when you get this coach speak, you'll get a high recruited freshman come in and pop off. I mean, in football especially, we've seen it. I mean, or maybe guys that didn't play in the game last year, but no, Carter's got it. They're going to say what they're going to say. I mean, I'm all for kids speaking their minds as long as we back it up. Carter, he's played good recently, but he's got to back it up. This is a guy that sit out, or not set out, but was wanting to go pro, and he's got all the talent in the world. Yeah. I mean, we've just got to back it up. I've watched every team play in the SEC this year, Tommy and Ty, and we will compete for the overall championship. I mean, everybody is beatable this year. I mean, it's not like it was last year where you got a bunch of different mismatches.
1 through 4, 1 through 5 are pretty close. I agree. So
I mean, I think it's going to be, can you win, like Nolan says, win all your home games, which we didn't do last year, and win half those road games, and you're probably right there. And that's all I got.
Thanks, Kevin.
Kevin, thanks for the call. Hey, we are live this morning, Daylight Donuts. That's the place right here at the big intersection in Harrison. The Morning Rush here for another hour till 11. Come by and say hi. They're getting low on donuts. They're got biscuits and gravy. I can't see if they got any kolaches left over there. Great cup of coffee, so come by, sneak in here and say hello. Pardon me, say hello, and have a late breakfast with us here with the Morning Rush at Daylight Donuts till 11 o'clock today. Bet Saracen app does not have the Arkansas-Texas Tech game up. It'll be up the, day before the game or so, maybe the late night before it. But all of the playoff games are up as well, plus the big NFL Week 15 primetime games that are big this weekend. So check it all out. Bet Saracen, use the promo code WELCOME when you sign up now and get up to $125 in bonus bets just for signing up with Bet Saracen. Go to BetSaracen.com for details. Arkansas's #1 sports betting app is Bet Saracen.
Hour 2 coming up. We'll chat with Tom Murphy on the other side as we continue on a Think Tank Thursday.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Elizabeth.
And this is Robert, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole. I should say it?
Say what?
Mom, I think he wants to say that it's Christmas time.
Okay, you can say it.
It's Christmas, everyone, and guess what, guys?
What?
Santa shop's here at the Stadium Shop. Oh, Lord, Mom, here comes that dad side. Nope, I saw him. Matt, you still do believe in Santa, right? Sure. Believers do get more presents.
Okay, so what did he get?
Let me guess, a couch for the elves, collars for the reindeer, maybe even a hoodie for Frosty. You know how cold he gets being made of snow and all.
And let me guess, some Razorback jewelry for Mrs. Claus?
Well, yeah, Matt, you better get that Google machine all warmed up. He said he was going to be ordering some more stuff.
Google machine?
Yeah, you know, the interfacegram www.
I think he's talking about our website, which you should know by now, Dad. It's shoponrazorback.com.
Or have Santa give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
So come by 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville, and you just might catch Santa Hog.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Ho, ho, ho.
This is Bruce Stanton, Vice President and General Manager of Pradco Fishing in Fort Smith. If you're going to do some cold water bass fishing, you need to be using an Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. It's the best lure for duplicating a small school of shad and can be worked from the top of the water column to the bottom. Whether you're trying to win a bass tournament or whoop up on a bunch of white bass and stripers, the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr. will catch them. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Umbrella Flash Mob Jr.
This is the Morning Rush.
We're having a good old-fashioned family Christmas at Rath Auto Resources. Now through the end of the year, get up to $6,400 off retail value on your next road-ready certified pre-owned sleigh. Inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. Really nice. Save up to $6,400 off your next family truckster, and we'll all have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny Kaye. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. Hallelujah. Where's the Tylenol?
The Golf Nuts' new state-of-the-art putting room is officially open. Come roll the best putters on the market, like Scotty Cameron, Lab, Ping, Odyssey, and Bettinardi, and lead with a stroke that'll scare your playing partners. Visit the Golf Nut for a great selection of Christmas gifts for your favorite golfer, like rangefinders, clubs, golf balls, apparel, or a gift certificate to the new indoor hitting bay or shop. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith.
When a business has been around more than 65 years, you know they're doing something right. Hey, Ty Richardson for Johnny's Transmission Valley since 1959. Located at 1212 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith, they strive to make every customer's experience outstanding and want your vehicle to be in the best condition for the road ahead. Check out their website, Johnny'sTransmissionFS.com, and find them on Facebook. Johnny's Transmission, family owned and operated since 1959.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, sawyers-sunrooms.com.
We're keeping Arkansas beautiful. Want to lend a hand? Don't be afraid to get them dirty.
Every day, volunteers around the state are picking up litter, planting trees and wildflowers, recycling, and more. You know what these volunteers need most? Help. Volunteer today at keeparkansasbeautiful.com. Learn more about all our programs. A message brought to you by the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission, this station, and the Arkansas Broadcasters Association.
Hey, Ty Richardson at my favorite place, Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue. And Cricket, we always talk about specials. You know Thursday is my personal favorite night. We're here every Thursday. Bucket special, hard to beat.
You gotta love the bucket special. I mean, you come in, you can get 5 domestic bottles in a bucket for $15, and then you get to hang out at Papa's. It's a great deal.
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Cricket, what do you think about Papa's Pub and Pizzeria?
I think it's the best darn pizza in Fort Smith and perhaps the world.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, plenty of sunshine, the high this afternoon in the mid to upper 50s. Tonight, mainly clear overnight, low in the lower 40s. Friday, right back to sunshine, a high mid 50s north, low 60s south. And then Saturday, sunny skies, highs back in the mid to upper 40s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936.
KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Last week, we were calling the Hogs.
ESPN 95.3.
First, you fill a bowl up with Pillsbury's best, cracking one cackleberry from old Mother Chicken's nest. Little Clever Girl powder will make the biscuits rise, then a scoop of lard or butter like it do for your pies.
Hey, you like some breakfast?
Breakfast? Sit down, I'll make you some biscuits and gravy.
Well, man, say this farm ain't but 2-3 miles from it. That lady over there giving biscuits and gravy. She said if you bring his friend, she feed them too.
Don't even think about it.
What you say about biscuits and gravy sound good to me.
Brought you kolaches.
It's breakfast.
How about some breakfast? It's the most important meal of the day.
Live from the Bush Light Studios. Push. Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
All right, so Tommy, how much have we consumed thus far at Daylight Donuts in Harrison? You heard a little bit, a couple cuts from Sling Blade, Glory, and I don't know what the other movie. SpongeBob, yeah.
We've had a jalapeno cheddar kolache. And these are kind of the medium kolache. They're not the big ones, but they're not the small. They're just the right size one. And then we've had a bag of I've got 4 left. I think there was 12. I don't know. Donut holes. Matt Bell's wasn't lying. He did take the last apple fritter, and they do have the best apple fritters. But I've got 4 donut holes left in a bag. So, but they've got they're winding down here for the day. I've always wondered, what does a donut shop do with the donuts when the day's over, when they lock the door?
They donated them, right?
I don't know. Take them home. I don't know what they've been. There's not going to be many left. So if you want some donuts, we got folks coming in here talking about the Hogs. We got a young man who's 2 years old. He's got his Hog basketball with him. Him and his dad are going to New York in a week to see the Hogs play Houston. So we were talking about New York during the break. So come by, and we're just we're holding court down here at Daylight Donuts, big intersection in Harrison, Highway 6265 and Main Street. Just pop on in, have a cup of coffee. They've still got coffee going, chocolate milk, and just everything you want. I got a little Diet Dr. Pepper roll in here this morning. So it's all good here at Daylight Donuts. Hey, if you're thinking about that holiday dinner out and you're looking for a place to maybe take your significant other, do something special, a little night on the town, maybe some shopping and dinner this weekend, get by Uncorked, Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's in Fort Smith. They're going to be their normal hours until Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve will be 11 in the morning. Special hours on Christmas Eve, 11 till 6. So you can do a lunch that day. And then Christmas Day, of course, closed. New Year's Eve, 4 to 9, and then closed on New Year's Day is kind of their special hours. They've got some music coming up as well. Tomorrow night, the Nikki Waters Band will be there 7 to 10. And then on the 17th, the Don Bailey Trio, plus great menu as well. Wonderful, wonderful appetizers. And I love the double bone pork chop. The meatballs are incredible, so you can try that. I mean, a chicken and waffles are on their brunch menu if you get by that. They're going to do a special brunch on Christmas Eve. That's why they're open 11 or at 11 in the morning, then dinner menu 3 to 6. So check that all out. So put that on your menu. That'd be a good thing to do. We're off Christmas Eve. A lot of people will be. You can brunch at Uncorked. Phoenix Avenue next to Sodies. Make reservations online at uncorkthefort.com.
Did you hear Phillip Rivers yesterday, Tommy?
Well, we played a clip of him, and for a guy that's got that many mouths to feed, he was in an awfully good mood.
Yeah.
What are you waiting right now? Right this second? Yes. I'm not sure.
Gets asked about his playing weight yesterday at his media press conference. I would guess it's probably a little more at 44 than maybe when it was when he came in the league. Indy right now, I was looking at the playoff picture just a while ago. I mean, they still I wonder, they obviously trust him enough to bring him in this situation, but is Indy still a contender, or is that gone? Is it over? I mean, do you really expect a 44-year-old quarterback to lead the Colts to, I guess, their first Super Bowl since Peyton Manning? What are you expecting of this?
He's an insurance policy, but no, I don't expect him to lead them to a Super Bowl, but it'd be a neat story if he could just get them to the playoffs, right? But no, that, he's not Tom Brady. No one's confusing him with Tom Brady and what Tom's abilities were in his mid-40s. So, no, I don't have the same expectations for him as Tom's second run with Tampa.
And just real quick, Ty, Phillip Rivers got brought in because him and Shane Steichen worked together when he was still in his final years with the Chargers. So Phillip Rivers is very familiar with the offense that the Colts run.
Right.
That's the biggest part of this, is its familiarity.
100%.
Riley Leonard's just not up to speed yet.
They're, let's see, I think they're one game behind. They've lost 3 straight. At one point, they were leading the AFC South, but now Jacksonville is, and Houston has the tiebreaker. So we'll see if anything comes of that with Phillip Rivers taking over. It sounds like he's going to end up not just being the insurance policy, but he's going to play. But we'll have to wait and see on that. All right, let's talk to our friend Tom Murphy via the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Tom, we were talking with a caller earlier, Kevin, and talking about the upcoming matchup with Texas Tech. I know Toppin is the mainstay. You got Darian Williams that's now at NC State. He was the guy that hit the game time 3 to send it to OT, and then the game winner in overtime. What are you kind of expecting from this Razorback team coming out? Dallas, neutral site, haven't won a neutral site game yet. Or outside the North Little Rock. What are you expecting from the Hogs on Saturday?
Well, I do believe the last game, it was a really good win for them, getting out on top of a Louisville team that I think has the potential to go a long way this year. So I expect a little bit more physicality and rebounding, which they're going to need. And I don't know about the whole get back on Texas Tech thing, but it could mean something for Carter Knox and Wagner and them and Trevin Brazil. So I don't know. I liked what I saw out of them in the last game, and I also like the fact they're taking on such a difficult schedule. The SEC is not off to the same kind of blazing start it got to last year. They've lost some of these big marquee games, and so there's a good bit riding on this for conference pride and for how they view themselves.
You think Bama's the best basketball team in the SEC right now?
Man, I haven't seen enough to tell you that. Obviously isn't finding its groove yet. Maybe the same could be said of the Razorbacks, but I do believe there's high quality basketball being played. I think Ole Miss has had some good games, and anyway, Alabama might end up being the best, but I think Arkansas has a chance to be in that boat as well.
I don't think the difference, Tom, between 1 and 5 in this league is very, very wide, and I think there's going to be some hellacious games that are just wars this year. And I think that battle for those first 4 spots and that double bye in the tournament, it's going to be incredible. And I don't think right now, as we see it, ton of difference. It'll be interesting to see how the cream rises to the top throughout February and March.
Oh yeah, there's no question about that. There's already been some strength. Like I think Mississippi State's got a couple of rough losses. I've just kind of paid attention to scores and not done deep dive. Kentucky's. Their fans are all upset, but when January rolls around, I'm going to be so much more plugged into to what's happening. With the coach changes and all, man, I've been a little bit more plugged in on football.
Yeah, Florida's been in a couple of marquee games, and that's been interesting.
Yeah.
They played UConn the other night in the Jimmy V Classic. That was the event at Madison Square Garden. Arkansas was in against Michigan a year ago. Boogie Flan picked up 3 early fouls in that game and really wasn't the factor he needed to be for his team. And Florida ends up losing to a very talented UConn team. I thought that was an interesting matchup, Tom, of the last 3 national champions. UConn goes 2 in a row, then Florida wins it last year after knocking out UConn. That was definitely a heavyweight tilt.
Oh, yeah, it was. In Florida, Arkansas has played a tough schedule, but Florida is certainly similar. I mean, the early loss to Arizona, and then they had that game, and I'm forgetting who they were against. Maybe y'all can help me, but they played a really good, high-profile game, and Boogie didn't have much of a first half, but he had a great second half, and then he had a turnover right at the end of the game.
Against Duke. Right there, dribbled the ball away the game.
Yeah, at Cameron, too. So, I mean, they were in the game. I don't doubt that Florida's going to be a player because they certainly have the talent to do it. But, still finding who does what on their roster and things like that. But they're going to be a physical, hard rebounding team. Boogie's got to find his exact role. And then Hawk, man, I really like that kid's game. He's got an exciting factor to him. So there's a lot to look forward to for SEC basketball. Yeah. But it just doesn't look like they're going to be the strong powerhouse, the highest staggering rating ever for a conference. I don't think they're going to have that this year.
Tom, we spoke on Tuesday of some of the staff additions that Ryan Silverfield had made and what was being reported. What have we learned since Tuesday? I know there's been a few more position coaches come in and maybe firming up some of the headlines, but the university still hasn't these headlines yet or these staff additions.
Exactly, and it's a little bit different than it's been in years past where a couple 3 days after it's reported on, you'll see that it's gone through. And I don't know if somebody's out of town that has to sign their contracts or just what. But, yeah, I mean, Darren Wilson, he had a good season in 23. I think a good light in the coaching community. Went back to Florida, and so he did have background with Ron Roberts, and it looks to me like if you take it at face value that they need a D-line coach unless something's happened on that today.
Yeah.
Because you'd think Roberts would handle linebackers. And then what they're going to do with the split O-line situation versus tight end, that looks to be the only places that need to be tidied up at this point.
Because it's 10 full-time assistants now? They expanded that, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, whatever it was. But, I mean,
right.
You can have staff members and, you can be the assistant O-line coach or the assistant linebackers coach and not be a full-time assistant. But there is a limit. You can't just hire as many coaches as you want, even though Alabama would like to try. So.
Yeah, 10 is the max now with the, on-field positions. But, yeah, back when I still covered Bama, they were assistant strength coaches were out there coaching positions, and it was wasn't within the rules back then, but it was happening. And then now all that's obviously, I guess, quite legal. I don't know, but assistant position coaches are the thing, and I guess that's where Arkansas is going to spend a lot more money on all auxiliary personnel and recruiting stuff like that, and it's needed.
We're talking with Tom Murphy, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. You referenced Alabama, Tom, and I know there's some speculation right now surrounding Kalen DeBoer. They've got a big one next weekend in Norman. Could you see him leaving Tuscaloosa for Ann Arbor?
Unless this was a fake account, you know how things go. I thought I saw where Kalen DeBoer tweeted, "I'm not going to Michigan," and it was that simple. And so, I mean, he's only been there 2 years, and yes, following Nick Saban is really a hard gig. And last year they had their struggles, but they got in the playoffs this year somehow. They made it, and they did have the toughest strength of schedule. It's a tough deal going to the place that a team you lost to a few weeks ago. We were listening to that game on the way down to New Orleans from covering the LSU game. And so, but I think he's a good man. And I remember saying at the time, I wish he hadn't taken the job because I think it's going to be hard for him, a good man. But he's growing into the role, and certainly Alabama in today's modern era, you make the playoff, anything can happen. So we'll see. But if I read that tweet correctly, he says he's not going to Michigan.
Yeah, I know he had to say something about another job in Penn State recently at the SEC championship game. Coaches, again, when you win, you have success, you're always going to be the headlines. And I know there are some Alabama fans that have been frustrated how the season's gone, but he's still a really good coach and regarded as such in a bunch of different circles. But I do, yeah. Tom, I do wonder about the impact. Tommy and I were kicking around earlier. There's always a domino effect when someone gets fired and then someone else gets hired. What kind of domino effect could that have in the coming weeks amongst college football coaches, being that one of the top 10 jobs in college football is open right now?
That's a great point, and it will be a domino because, Michigan's going to swing high. And, it's like, well, did Matt Campbell make a move too quick to Penn State? Would the Michigan job have been something that suited him? I don't know, but, the ink is dry now on what he's done at Penn State, I suppose. But, yeah, it's going to be a domino effect. Will it touch Arkansas? I don't know. I would tend to think it wouldn't touch Arkansas, but it's certainly going to have a ripple effect no matter who they get, and because it's probably going to be a pretty high profile guy, and then that means that position might be open if the guy's an active coach at the school. So I don't know. I don't think we've had weirder times in college football. You got Coach O out there talking about blatantly breaking the rules now.
Yeah.
Before they were against the rules, and he just went all out on that podcast he had with those guys.
That was great. Tommy, I don't know if you caught it. He's just like, yeah, we used to pay him through the back door. Now we just do it through the front. He also spoke to, he told Joe Burrow, it's like, if I don't get you here, I'm going to get fired. So it was very open. And do you think, Tom, before I kick it back to Tommy, does he wind up with a defensive coordinator or college football title, like a big one? I know he's been at least putting it through his agent. I would guess that he is interested. Does he wind up in a big-time college football program?
Right. I mean, he very well might. And obviously, there was he had reached out to his people or whatever, so he did get talked to in this search. But I don't think for head coaching material in the SEC, I mean, I don't think this reflects well on him getting back into head coaching, being that blunt, honestly, in that podcast he did. But I'll say this, if he truly promised Joe Burrow we'll win a national championship and all, I mean, 2019 was a season unlike any. I mean, you go undefeated, you score the way they did, the whole connection they had with Brady down there, and what it led to Joe Burrow. I mean, winning the Heisman in 1 year as a transfer was just a remarkable deal. But to answer your question, I think he wants to get back into coaching, and his name's out there, and certainly he's a colorful character. And our old pal Nate Allen used to have beers with Ed when he was on the staff here many, many years ago.
Well, and I think he lands. I won't be surprised if he lands with Lane Kiffin in some way, shape, or form on that staff. Well, Tom, I know we're kind of getting in that in between here, and playoff games hadn't started yet. Portal's going to heat up. It's going to be an interesting next couple of weeks around Arkansas to see whose names on this current roster go into the portal.
Yeah, of course, we saw Tavion Wallace today, the linebacker. I did a Hog Future on him. Great kid. I do believe this of the Sam Pittman staff, you guys. I think high character and quality individuals with good families, I think was a big deal for them. And I think that's a integral part of how you build a roster. But they also need some dogs, some hardcore dudes. And so we'll see what the Ryan Silverfield staff produces. But you're absolutely right. I'm actually grateful for this tiny little lull because I've been able to get, we're doing the coaching staff stuff, but I've been able to get a few Christmas things done, which in my world, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's tough doing all that shopping, particularly when your list is like mine and it's overloaded with the ladies in your life, daughters and wife and all those that makes it tough to make sure you get the perfect gift.
Absolutely, you guys, and so this week has been really good for me in that regard. So, we'll have a lot to talk about, man. Transfer portal, who's in, who's out, finishing out this coaching staff, and I guess we can chop up what the playoffs are going to look like here in a couple of weeks.
All right. Well, Tom, enjoy your weekend ahead, the Hogs and Texas Tech, and we'll talk again on Tuesday.
Outstanding. See y'all.
All right, Tom Murphy with us Tuesdays and Thursdays here on the Morning Rush. We're brought to you by the Oaklawn Sports app. If you haven't downloaded that now, the push for the playoffs is here. We know the seedings for the college football playoffs and those matchups, all those lines for the first 4 games are available now at the Oaklawn Sports app. College basketball, they'll have the lineup in a day or so for the Arkansas-Texas Tech game. NBA games are there, and there's college basketball time nearly every night of the week, plus the NFL playoffs. If you're new to Oaklawn Sports, you can sign up now and get up to $1,000 in bonus bets. You're automatically enrolled in this promotion. You get a bonus bet each of your first 10 days if your first bet doesn't work out. So get the details on that with Oaklawn Sports. Plus, funding and withdrawing from your account has never been as easy as it is now with Oaklawn Sports. Bet with the brand you trust anywhere in Arkansas. Bet with Oaklawn Sports.
Got our SEC update coming up in just a bit. Some of the awards given out to quarterbacks, wide receivers, and coaches in this league. Stay with us here as we're live from Daylight Donuts in Harrison.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years.
Right this second? Yes.
This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bush Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's always good to be home for the holidays. So if you are currently looking for a different rental, or you're new to the area and looking for your first rental in the River Valley, Marshall's Management has you covered. Apartments, duplexes, and single-family homes are all part of Marshall's rental inventory. And currently, Marshall's is offering holiday specials with big discounts on first month's rent and signing gifts to help you enjoy the holidays in your new home. Check out availability at marshallsrentals.com and get your unit picked out before they're all gone.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Archery deer season is here, and Infinity Sports and Outdoors has all your archery needs and more. Infinity Sports has top compound bows from Hoyt, PSC, Prime, Darton, Bear, and Elite Plus crossbows from 10 Point, Wicked Ridge, Barnett, and Killer Instinct, all tuned and ready to shoot. Expert bow techs with years of experience are on site to get you dialed in and ready to hunt. Infinity Sports and Outdoors, 3700 Highway 71 North in
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Champion Cycling wants to help you find the joy in cycling that's been a part of their family for many years. Register today through December 21st at hitthatline.com for your chance to win a specialized road bike just in time for Christmas. Whether you're a child getting your first bike, an adult who hasn't been on a bike in years, or someone who's looking to podium at their next race, Champion Cycling wants to help you find the right bike. A great selection of bikes, cycling apparel, and accessories, and great service. 5500 Mazard Road in Fort Smith. Find your next ride with Champion Cycling.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the toughest there is.
Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally held the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
The update on the Morning Rush.
Not really surprised to see Diego Pavia win the SEC Player of the Year, as voted by the coaches. Clark Lee, well-deserving Coach of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Cassius Howell for Texas A&M, who's just a stud. And then Trinidad Chambliss named the SEC Newcomer of the Year, all named by coaches. Tommy, really no pushback on any of those awards. I don't really see anyone else that should earn it over the guys listed.
Was Trinidad Chambliss maybe the easiest one to pick out of that? all the Newcomer of the Year? That might be the easiest one that you don't even need to look up, compare stats, make a decision. That, to me, was the easiest selection of all of them.
I think so, too. Arkansas has hired former Razorback coach and former Florida coach Darren Wilson, reportedly from Matt Zenitz, a 24/7 Sports staff taking place. I guess Dan Enos is the most recent guy, and Bobby Petrino, I guess the other that once was in Fayetteville, went elsewhere, and then came back. Different in the coordinator role than what Wilson's going to be in the secondary, but it's I guess that's just college football now, Tommy.
Well, the thing I like about the names being reported, a lot of them have SEC experience. They left here and Darren Wilson left here and went to Florida, came back, but there's others that Florida experience, Auburn experience. So as you look through the resumes, these are guys that have intimate knowledge of the SEC, so they know exactly what they're getting into.
Sounds like Tennessee is going to get their guy, defensive coordinator-wise, Jim Knowles, according to CBS Sports, is who they're expected to hire. See, that to me, not that, listen, Roberts could be a good DC, but that would be a name that's striking to fans. I mean, like, you got the former Ohio State and Penn State DC, who's had a ton of talent come in both those programs. Not that Roberts can't be a good defensive coordinator here in Fayetteville, but that's just kind of, that was like, okay, Tennessee's not playing around with who their hires as their next DC.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd look at like Michigan. You know who the defensive coordinator at Michigan is?
Was Jesse Minter. I don't know who it is now.
Wink Martindale. Had a ton of NFL experience, and a name because you confuse it with a game show host back. But there's a guy that, would make a splash for, if he doesn't stay at Michigan, he would make a splash for a lot of programs if he wants to move on and continue to do college.
Last thing in your SEC update, did either of you see the story with this South Carolina fan whose family has held season tickets in the same spot for 50-plus years?
I guess I missed that one.
They are renovating Williams Bryce Stadium, and where he's sitting apparently is going to get changed into suites. So the school, it's like he signed this, his family, I guess, signed this like lifetime membership that entitles him to buy seats. And there's like this contentious battle that he shouldn't have to pay a big time donation to get these seats, which is like $150,000. So funny enough, South Carolina is actually suing this fan for in the midst of all this.
Schools filed the suit?
Yes, this is wild.
Bad look.
Yeah, that's my thought too. Because he feels like that he should be able to buy the seats without paying the premium price. It's just, I would highly encourage you, if you haven't read this story or heard about it, it's just an odd story to see the back and forth between a fan and its college football program in the SEC.
Yeah, well, I mean, these stories happen. They've happened here at Arkansas where, maybe not, being sentimental or nostalgic to the same seats, but fans in Bud Walton Arena, that were taking pictures of their seat last March when it was their final game there after 20 plus years in the same location. You get to know the people around you, and when there's a reseating and you go through this process, it does hurt people's feelings. It does anger people, but it's you want to have a successful program. You want to have big-name coaches. I mean, we're just in a different era now. It's inevitable, and having more suites and that revenue is exactly what South Carolina needs to compete.
I guess the question I have is that coming anytime soon to Razorback Stadium? I guess the winning has to happen before, right? Like, they wouldn't do that. Would they downsize? Like, we're seeing these downsize, just what I mentioned, Williams-Brice Stadium. Other college football venues. I think Oklahoma's doing it too. With that, I mean, you obviously just added seats years ago. Would you downsize? And would that cause even more of a stir like it did at Baum Walker and also Bud Walton?
Well, I don't know what the plans would be and how, where else you would take in some seats. There's some outdoor club you could turn into indoor that's kind of underneath on the east side, I suppose. But, it's just part of it. I mean, we're talking about programs that need an infusion of $20 to $30 million or more a year for their football program alone, not including other places. So, I mean, you want your AD to be creative. This is the price of creative financing, creative income. I mean, you got to look under every rock. And I hate it. And if I had those seats, I'd feel just like these folks in South Carolina. But this is the price of trying to be just a middle-of-the-pack program in the SEC.
We'll see if what comes of that fan and the ongoing dispute in Columbia.
All right, that's your SEC update. It's brought to you by Joe's Grill and Cantina, South 74th Street, across from Harps in Fort Smith. Throwback Thursday tomorrow. We'll have one of those Cuco platters that made them famous. The flavor you fell in love with years ago will be on special. The other thing we like here, birthday boys, the endless enchiladas. You can get all the enchiladas you want for $15 on Saturdays at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Great place to celebrate the holidays. Joe's Grill and Cantina. I got to call them later. We got a family gathering. I'm going to take some of their 10-layer dip off the appetizer menu. I need to make me up a pan. They can do things like that if you've got a luncheon or a gathering or a company get-together or whatever. I need it for a family get-together on Saturday. It's all at Joe's Grill and Cantina. 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps.
We've talked about some television disputes before. Saw YouTube TV is going to do this thing in 26 where they're doing sports-only plans. And I know to a certain extent Fox and ESPN have done their subscription packages. I really, Tommy, don't watch TV anymore outside of sports. I would think this would be they haven't listed out a price yet, but I would think this would be an offer that not just them and other places like Fubo, and I don't know if Dish and Comcast and some of these other could contractually do that. But I would think that would be appealing to a lot of people because I don't watch TV.
You're saying it's just fully a la carte, basically?
Yeah, it's just sports.
I think what someone should come up with is just an a la carte deal. All right, you want all the ESPNs, and you want Fox News or CNN, and you want a History Channel, and like IFC. I like that because I watch 2.5 Men at night when I go to sleep a lot of times. TV Land's another one I watch. Because they got Seinfeld reruns.
Okay.
Seinfeld reruns, and Everyone Loves Raymond's on there. So, I mean, there's some channels I'd like, but you're right. I've got 400 channels, and I watch about 12 of them. So give me a price on the 12 I want. So, yeah, I get you. I mean, to me, that's the way we ought to head with this thing.
It's not Burger King. You can't have it your way, which is really unfortunate. But I'm in the same boat. I only would watch I would pick the sports channels and ABC so my wife can watch Dancing with the Stars and The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, depending on the season.
Sports-wise, I would think that there was a lot of people that appeal in the subscription.
Well, ESPN's basically done that now for you. With the new ESPN app, you just get all the ESPNs. What's $39.99 a month or whatever, which I think is a little high. But that's that tells you how much. If you've got a $200 cable bill or satellite bill, or you wonder why your YouTube TV bill's so high, that's essentially. I mean, I'm sure YouTube's getting it cheaper than we could get it, but $25. I bet of your YouTube bill, a fourth is going to Disney and ESPN.
Cameron texting in saying that's the same channel he falls asleep to as well. So you guys are on that note. Speaking of,
you're up too late if you get past 2.5 Men and you get into the ones with Ashton Kutcher. You need to go to sleep.
You've gone too far.
You're up too late.
I know that they stretch out different trilogies and different TV shows. Like Star Wars should have just ended after the 6 movies. The other, with the exception of like that one spinoff TV series, everything else has been terrible. But 2.5 Men, I know that Charlie Sheen told his boss to go bleep himself. They should have just ended it after that, because adding on, and I like Ashton Kutcher, I love that 70s show, but what they did to that show, what it was versus what it became, it's not even close.
Maybe not, but the character Alan Harper, played by John Cryer, is one of the, I've always said that George Costanza and Barney Fife are maybe the 2 greatest characters ever portrayed on TV. Alan Harper may be right there with them. And, I think there's a lot of, you can draw a lot of conclusions in your own life and families. Are you more Alan Harper, or are you more Charlie Sheen's character in life? Because the takeaways from that show and the way those 2 brothers interact, I think a lot of people relate to it. That's why it was such a good TV show, and there were always beautiful women hanging around.
Yeah, that didn't hurt anything. Didn't hurt anything at all. So
the differences between Charlie and Alan, we all have that family dynamic somewhere where we can put them in one bucket or the other. Are you Alan or are you Charlie? Because you're probably not a mix of both.
To segue from beautiful women back to the big story in college football, which is the ousting of Sharon Moore, shouldn't college football coaches just have common sense not to have beautiful coworkers hanging around? We see
this
stories.
man is an idiot, Ty, because he was following these women, these OnlyFans models, on his public Instagram. He's a fool, a downright fool.
I didn't know that. I just never when I see stories come out of it was what was the thing that happened at that concert where you had the
Coldplay, the studio. That's right. Yeah.
Listen. I know pretty privilege is a theme, but it's just common sense. Don't have beautiful coworkers that you're the boss of. That's just not a good idea. I don't know what reasoning or rationale these college football coaches that have God complexes that think they can do whatever they want, whenever they want, and however. It makes no sense. It all catches up to you. I still believe, like we said earlier, if they had beaten Ohio State, we're not talking about this today. But they didn't, and now this has come out. This is just...
You never get your honey where you make
Ty
your money.
Speak for himself, because I think we have a lot of lovely ladies that work here at ESP in Arkansas. You're all beautiful.
How did you somehow twist it like that?
Because I'm not twisting. Am I twisting your words? I think all the ladies we get to work with are lovely, and Ty can speak for himself. So they're all going to be in there with their pitchforks soon.
The entire office crew has just left the building. Everybody.
Somehow, some way, that got twisted in a terrible way.
Was that twisted, Colton? Did I twist anything?
Look, I'm with Ty.
All I said is I think we have a lot of lovely people that we work with.
I'm with Ty. You never get your honey where you make your money, ever. But
never get your money where you make your money.
But you might have stepped on one there, Ty. You might have stepped on one there, Ty.
Everyone that wished me a happy birthday is now texting me and cursing at me this morning. Yeah. That was not a direct shot at any one of our staff or
all the ladies, all of you. You're for me and Colton's money, you're beautiful, and we love you, and we thank you for all you do.
You're the greatest.
Yeah, you're the greatest.
What a great birthday present at 10:36 this morning.
Hey, we didn't say it. We didn't say it.
I can't. I can't deal with you guys today.
Your words.
There's plenty of things I could throw right back in your face that I choose to refrain and not to. But you know what? I digress. I'll just sit here. I'll be a terrible coworker.
Look, we'll go back. We'll check the tape. We'll check the tape here in a little bit.
We can go to. Hey, we can earmuff. We can put the the baseball signal. We can go to replay here. Coach's challenge. We can have a coach's challenge.
That's what you have. As far as the OnlyFans go, just have a burner account. It's not. It's
not that hard.
Burner phone, burner account.
How many you got 4 or 5 account, 4 or 5 burners?
I don't have any.
Don't link an email that says smore@uofm.net or whatever.
Yeah,
More.
I can honestly say, and hand on the Bible, I have never subscribed to any OnlyFans of any sort, and thank God. I hate strip clubs, and I don't do that either.
All right, we're going to talk some horse racing coming up. Lane Whitman's going to join us. Pradco and LureNet.com's got all of the things you need for stocking stuffers for the angler on your list. If someone in your family loves to fish, or maybe you're the one, they've got a lot of perfect gifts at lurenet.com that fit perfectly in the stocking. You can get discounts now for the holidays. You can take some of those with you over to the White River, to Gaston's White River Resort. I was in that neck of the woods yesterday, and I'm telling you, it's a beautiful time on the White River. I was noticing some lower water than what we've had as the lakes have gotten down to a manageable level, so it's really made for some great fishing on the White River. Right now, lots of trophy browns and big rainbows are being caught. Bruce Stanton was up there from Bradco a week or so ago and sent us some pictures that were just impressive. So get one of the guides at Gaston's to take you on that trip. I'm telling you, they have got a wealth of knowledge in their staff there, and they can make sure your day is one you'll forever remember at Gaston's White River Resort. Winter rates are in effect, so 40% off on lodging right now at Gaston's. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time, every time.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Sit down, I'll make you some biscuits and gravy.
This is the Morning Rush.
We're having a good old-fashioned family Christmas at Rath Auto Resort. At the end of the year, get up to $6,400 off retail value on your next road-ready certified pre-owned sleigh. Inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. Really nice. Save up to $6,400 off your next family truckster, and we'll all have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny Kaye. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautoportsmith.com. Hallelujah. Where's the Tylenol?
I've got some Christmas parties coming up and got to make sure I'm fully stocked. Luckily, the team at Eastside Liquor has me covered. Love me some Fireball, even in candy cans, plus eggnogs and holiday creams, and plenty of Old Smoky. When you stop by Eastside, you can always go through the drive-thru, but I love to just walk in and see what else is new, like the Duck Club Bourbon for hunters. You guys know I can't drink that, but I know a lot of you would. Eastside Liquor, 9390 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Your number one holiday stop for wine, beer, and spirits.
Can I refill your eggnog for you?
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service, semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all: DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
If you're planning a holiday party, let River Point Wine and help. River Point Wine and Spirits has all your favorite party supplies. You'll love our clean, organized store full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
Hi, this is Lindsay White, and I'm proud to share that White Office Machines has now officially become part of the Datamax family. You'll continue to see the same local support teams you know and trust, plus industry-leading Kyocera copiers with statewide service and expanded IT, phone, and document solutions. Together, we're stronger, and together we're ready to create a raving fan out of your business. I know my dad and our staff are excited about this new chapter, as it takes our capabilities to a whole new level for you. Learn more at datamaxarkansas.com.
We're keeping Arkansas beautiful. Want to lend a hand? Don't be afraid to get them dirty. Every day, volunteers around the state are picking up litter, planting trees and wildflowers, recycling, and more. You know what these volunteers need most? Help. VolunteersArBeautiful.com. Learn more about all our programs. A message brought to you by the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission, this station, and the Arkansas Broadcasters Association.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
We've seen it all. Recessions, tornadoes, even a global pandemic. But Hug Chevrolet GMC never closed its doors. We stuck with our community. because they stuck with us. And through it all, one thing never changed: our commitment to serve, support, and stay local. Hug Chevrolet GMC, built to last, just like the people we serve.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop.
All right, back here on the Morning Rush, we're going to talk horse racing coming up in just a bit with our buddy Lang Whitman at the Railbird 333. We're at Daylight Donuts in Harrison this morning. Tommy, what's the count up to now?
For me, I hadn't moved. I'm still, in fact, I just finished off during the break the last of those donut holes. So Kolache, donut holes, Diet Dr. Pepper. Showed some restraint.
My dad loves some Diet
Breakfast
Dr.
of
Pepper.
champions.
That's his, that was his go. I don't know if he drinks as much anymore.
They didn't have
but-
Coke Zero, so when they don't have Coke Zero, we go Diet Dr. Pepper. But still a few minutes to get by. We're down to like 2 trays, and they're not even full trays. Let's see, 5 or so bags of donut holes. And you can come by and get what we got. And biscuits and gravy are still going here at Daylight Donuts here for a little bit longer in Harrison at the big intersection. Our racing is coming up this weekend at Oaklawn, and you need to get the Oaklawn Anywhere app for that. Lang Whitman's going to walk us through some of the opening weekend. He joins us now. Brought to you by Brothers Roofing and Restoration. We'll tell you more about them. Get that Oaklawn Anywhere app. Use the promo code RUSH26. Get $200 in sign-up bonuses when you sign up now. Lang, we start out this weekend with some stakes races both Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, in this opening weekend in the holiday meet at Oaklawn.
Yeah, some changes this year, Tommy. Glad to be back with you and Ty again this year for maybe year 5, year 6. We've been doing this together now. But the holiday meet this year at Oaklawn, they will start Friday, December 12th, and they will race until January 4th. Then they're going to take 3 weeks off, maybe try to avoid some bad weather like it usually happens that time of year. They pick the racing back up with the championship meet, which starts January 30th, and will race through Kentucky Derby Day, which is May 2nd this year. Along the way, we will see the Arkansas Derby on March 28th, among the 64 total race days between the 2 meets.
Should be a fun weekend, like you said. They've got enough history to know when the weather's going to turn sour for them. I know you get a lot of Arkansas-bred horses in this first part of the meet. I was actually in the barns last Saturday. It's a happening place, a lot of training going on. I think it's really neat right now. I know some of the trainers will be coming up from Louisiana or have already this week to get ready for this opening day.
Now, if you were in the barns lesson, maybe I need to talk to you to get some tips on who was looking good while you were over there.
Well, I don't know that I could tell you what looked good. All I was trying to do is watch where I stepped. So.
That's true. You gotta always pay attention to that. But yeah, this first part of the meet, each season, to me, and I talked with track announcer Matt Dinnerman the other day about this, and it is always the of any meet I handicap all year long, because so many horses are coming in from different directions of the country, from different tracks, different circuits. Some of them, especially a lot of the Arkansas breds, have not raced since Oaklawn closed. They just go to the farm, they relax, they get back in shape to get racing at Oaklawn again. So you have so many different dynamics going on into the races. It sometimes takes a few days to figure out exactly how the track's playing, which trainers have their horses ready to run, which trainers might be racing their horses into shape. There's a lot going on this time of year. It makes it fun, but it also makes it challenging.
All right, we're going to ask you for a best bet coming up. I want to point out a few things. You mentioned the Arkansas Derby on March 28th. It's now a $1.5 million purse for the Arkansas Derby. The Smarty Jones will be January the 3rd, so you want to get that on your calendar. At a $250,000 race. The $1 million Southwest Stakes is at the end of January on the 31st, and the Rebel Stakes, both of those are $1 million stakes races, will be March the 1st, and of course leading up, like we said, to the Arkansas Derby. The Apple Blossoms in April, also the Oaklawn Handicap. Those races are for $1.25 million each, so get that ready. This weekend, always your tradition, Lang, is the corned beef sandwiches, and they haven't forgotten them again this year. They're doubling down. 2 sandwiches and a soda for $1 this weekend. I know the lines of the concession stands will be a little more lengthy this weekend for the corned beef, and you've pointed out a best race on Saturday for us. Maybe the best bet will be on Saturday in race 8.
Yeah, I talked about this last night on the podcast that is on the hitthatline.com podcast group now. Check it out, Finding Value. Went over 2 races, and one of them is this. It's race 8, the $150,000 Ring the Bell Stakes at 6 furlongs. My top pick, number 7, Banishing, from trainer David Jacobson. New rider at Oakland, Luis Saez, one of the top jockeys in all of the country. Will be riding at Oakland this year. He's my favorite jockey in the country. I'm really excited about that. Banishing is 3-1 on the morning line. Here's a horse that is in 8 of his last 10 races. He's been racing in graded stakes races. That's the top level stakes races. This is just a listed stakes at $150,000. So he's dropping in level of competition. He's got a good career record at Oakland with 5 starts, 3 wins, and 2 places. He's won from 6 furlongs, which is the distance he'll be racing at Saturday, all the way up to 1 mile and 1/8. So he's a versatile horse. He's earned nearly $2 million in his career. I think this is a horse that you're going to see later in the meet. Last year he ran the Oakland Mile and he won. He ran in the Oakland Handicap and ran second. I think at this level he's going to be really, really tough to beat. So my top pick in race 8 on Saturday is number 7, Banishing. If we can get to 3-1 the morning line, that'll be a gift.
All right, at the Railbird 333, we'll be telling you more about Lang's picks each and every Friday. Normally we'll do it at this time on Fridays. We got our Christmas party tomorrow, so we didn't want to miss Lang here on opening weekend. Lang, they can find your picks online and get a subscription for the entire meet this year.
Yeah, just send me a DM through any social media channel at the Railbird 333, and we'll get set up whether you want 1 day, 10 days, or the full meet. I can hook it up. Rules on what I can set up for you. So just give me a holler, and we'll get set up as always.
All right, make a great Christmas gift for the horse racing aficionado on your list. Lang, good luck this opening weekend, and we'll catch up for the second weekend at Oakland.
Look forward to it, Tommy. Thanks, as always, for having me on.
All right, Lang Whitman at the Railbird 333 on social media. Our update this morning brought to you by the Oakland Anywhere app. Download that at the Apple App Store, or you for Android users, you can go to bet.oakland.com and get more details. Get a $200 sign-up bonus. Our racing update every Friday brought to you by Brothers Roofing. If you've experienced hail damage, maybe you got some leaks, some wet spots in your roof, get a free inspection from Brothers Roofing and Restoration. They're local. Brothers are former Razorback. He's from our state. He gets it and understands it. He's got 30 years of experience as an insurance adjuster and roofing as well, so he can bring the best of both worlds together for you. They've got crews everywhere. They've got over 20 years of experience to make sure you get the perfect installation with the best materials. Call Brother Direct, 479-353-3877. 353-3877 for Brothers Roofing and Restoration.
So gut feeling who Michigan hires. Do they go the interim route for a year? Do they swing big? Can they lure DeBoer up north? What's the final gut feeling here on this Michigan saga?
I think they go NFL.
Yeah,
it's a pure guess. I don't have a gut feeling.
You said Tomlin, right?
I think Mike Tomlin. I think he's ran his course with the Steelers. He's probably ready for a new set of problems. I'm here, long odds, and go with Mike Tomlin.
I'm going to stay in the National Football League, but I'm going to go to Buffalo and say Joe Brady. I didn't even know he was a Michigan guy, but I think that's an interesting connection potentially if they end up getting the former LSU passing game coordinator and current Buffalo Bills OC.
All right. So, that will unfold. That'd be interesting to see the timeline, how long it takes for that to unfold. Hey, it's been a fun morning at Daylight Donuts. Be sure and get by here for the holidays. Get some donuts to, no one ever got mad at anyone for bringing donuts to work.
Mm-mm.
I mean, did you ever say, man, that sorry old Ty, he brought donuts to work? No one gets mad when someone brings donuts to anything. So come by here and get some donuts your next time through at Daylight Donuts right at the big intersection. We appreciate Matt Bell with Explore Harrison and everybody making it happen here today. At Daylight Donuts, the best biscuits and gravy in Boone County. You'll find them here at Daylight donuts. Happy birthday, Ty. Big
Thanks.
31
Happy birthday,
today.
Big 31, a day older. and
Sorry I'm not there with you.
Not a
so.
day wiser, as I figured out here in the last year or so.
Donuts or Ty's birthday? I had to make a choice.
You went donuts. And
donuts.
honestly, the smart move. Let's just be honest. It was a smart move. Appreciate everyone joining us today. Bud Light Morning Rush podcast will be out. Tom Murphy's featured in there. Plenty of thoughts on Sharon Moore and Michigan and a few other things, including Phillip Rivers, that's playing quarterback again for the Indianapolis Colts. Coming up, Phil Elson in studio today for halftime with Matt Jones. Big C also back, so it's going to be a locked and loaded midday program with
And
the
no
guys.
show tomorrow for us.
Yeah.
That's tough.
No, coming up next. Appreciate everyone joining us today. Have a great rest of your Thursday.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial,